Alright, 69-second summary for my old Uxie spread deck, which I pretend got a new card in Hops Cramorant that I can use to take funny KOs, but realistically I just wanted another reason to spread damage counters like their cheats. One really nice thing about Uxie is that it doesn't care about bench barrier basics. In fact, it prefers them. So when Shaymin comes out on the 29th, don't panic. Because damage counters are different than damage and it simply becomes another target for Uxie. But what exactly is the win condition here? I mean, you can only spread 2 cheats at a time, which isn't nearly enough to satisfy yourself. That's where Kingambit comes in. 1,000,000 times better than Glaceon EX, Kingambit knocks out your opponent's active if it has 4 or more damage counters on it. So attack twice with Uxie, now everyone's in range. To help coax basics into play, there's accompanying flute, which will always fail. And for fresh Pokemon, Vengeful Punch puts 4 damage counters on them in revenge. Additionally, we have good old Alakazam. This requires a lot more math than Kingambit, but the strategy is similar. Just put as much damage into play as possible. Then when they're at 1 prize left, give them a strange hacking, moving all those damage counters around and hopefully taking 6 prizes in one go. Of course, I would love to include Munkidori in these lists, but it's just too much. The reason the Monkey works in a Froslass Budew deck is that Budew attacks for free, leaving your manual attachment for Munkidori. Uxie doesn't attack for free, so after several games, I decided to quit monkeying around and remove it. Though I doubt that will stop people from commenting how sad they are that I wasn't spanking the monkey after spreading cheats. I think I can win this game. It was never in jeopardy. The only issue is, the whole Zacian thing. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, I was like, did we prize both of our Kingambit? We did not. I believe this is not necessarily a Cleffa turn, but Budew does nothing. So this isn't a Cleffa turn, but Budew would do 0 damage, so I may as well draw a couple cards. I can't do anything else. May as well draw a couple cards. And I do have 2 Kingambit in the list. What the hell is that? Juan, welcome in. But it was really interesting because overall, Steven's Metagross EX is a better card than Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX, and Steven's cards are just better than Marnie's cards in general. But after about a month of doing nothing, people in Japan were like, oh, hey, what if we paired Grimmsnarl with Froslass? Grimmsnarl accelerates to itself. You play Darkness Energy, so just chuck Munkidori in there. And you're good to go. And Never Gonna Let Me Down, it was either Charizard or Raging Bolt that won the Champions League. I think Charizard was like 3 out of the top 4 spots, and then the other one was Raging Bolt. And Team Rockets did nothing. It was basically just new decks didn't do a whole lot. It was a lot more just old decks. Whacking off with those. It's really boring. Destined Rivals seems like it's going to be a huge dud of a set. Yeah, Raging Bolt got second. Okay, then I think the other top 4 were Charizard. Yeah, Team Rocket did absolutely nothing. And with the black and white set, I haven't mentioned it in either of my preview videos. Okay, that's fine. That's not good. Yep, you're gonna take a double KO. That's cool. Really love that. Loving this move by you. But Trainer's Pokemon are done. Yeah, isn't that cool? Trainer's Pokemon, they were here for 2 sets and then they're basically done, because if you look at the release schedule, Mega Evolution is going to be our next main set after Destined Rivals. So it's just, it's super cool, isn't it? Okay, we want to get a Uxie so I can maximize my plays here. I think we go Rare Candy into Kingambit again just to thin out the deck a little bit. Now here's the problem. They got the stupid Latias. Yeah, I'm thinking, Rabsca might just be, hey, we just got to roll with the punches here. Okay, so let's go flip the script. Give me some playable cards. Hey, you didn't do that. I was expecting you to give me playable cards and you didn't do that. I love surprises. Okay, well, that's also not very good. But it's more Pokemon into play. Okay? That's never a bad thing. Let's go Vengeful Punch on this guy and then Painful Memories. So they can knock out my Uxie. They can't really spread any good damage to the bench. But yeah, Froslass, I guess, should be in this list. Right? But it's like, you just need to spread twice with Uxie, and everyone's within range. You got Vengeful Punch. And Ryusham, the early Scarlet and Violet cards were too strong. Well, it's not that they were too strong. It's that the cards since haven't been very good. And, like, Team Rocket's Mewtwo... Yes, it has 280 hit points. It can deal 280 damage, but it's a lot. I'm sure we'll get some more things in the very near future, but it's so much for a surprisingly disappointing 280 hit point 2 prize basic. All right, so they'll probably just put the 30 on the Fezandipiti. The Fezandipiti is going to get absolutely destroyed. Okay. Interesting decision. I'm confused by the decision, but, you know, we'll let it slide. Okay, so we never want to put the Budew into play because they're playing Zacian. We got Legacy Energy, which is potentially not great. Okay, let's just go basic energy on this guy. Do I want to play with my balls right now? I mean, I kind of want to. I'm not quite sure why they retreated the Zacian, though. Right, like, what was the point of retreating the Zacian and attacking with the Duraludon? And, well, I mean, what do you mean? They already reprinted versus Citra. They gave us Brilliant Blender. You know, it's funny. All the powerful cards from back in the day, they just reprinted as A-Specs. So it's like, yeah, you could have... Or no, not versus Citra. I was thinking of Battle Compressor. For versus Citra, we got Miraculous Intercom or Miraculous Headset. Wait, is it Miraculous? Because in Japan, I think it was called Miraculous Intercom, but no, it's Miraculous Headset, which just gets back 2 supporters, and it's not good. It is not good at all. All right, I think at this point, my opponent doesn't quite know what they're doing, so let's just go for another Snorunt. Or let's go for a Snorunt. I can knock out the Duraludon. I don't want to do that. I think I just go Counter Catcher, and we one-shot the Zacian. So we bring this guy up, we retreat into the Kingambit, go into you, and then I think Vengeful Punch on this guy. And then am I going to be spreading cheeks here? Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to not attach the Legacy Energy, right? So we knock out the Zacian. The thing with this deck is that math is very important because you have to essentially, when they're at 4 prizes, that's when you have to be threatening an attack. Because you have to use Strike Down 3 times to win the game. I play 2 Night Stretchers and a Super Odd, so that's why I was like, oh, let's go 2 Kingambit, 2 Bisharp, 2 Rare Candy, just because you want to win with your Kingambit, but maybe like a de-evolution would be good for certain games. Maybe more Froslass. I was so worried about Dragapult, but I think you just got to say Dragapult's not a very good matchup. Why does PTCGL have to think for so long whenever there's an auto KO? Because PTCGL doesn't understand complex things like knockouts. You know, that's a foreign concept to them. Yeah, I think de-evolution over Rabsca. You can still technically beat Dragapult because if they hit into someone with Vengeful Punch, you can beat them off and it's really funny. Or if they, you know, evolve through Dracloak, that's also really good. Yeah, they're just going to go for my Skibidi here. Or they're going for the Snorunt. I probably would have Fezandipiti'd. I 100% would have Fezandipiti'd. But I guess they believe in the heart of the cards, because they're going for the... I guess they're going for the Uxie, but the Uxie, like, it still gives up 1 prize, right? Because it doesn't have to be in the active. Because it's just damage from an attack. So, yeah, they... Okay, yeah, that's cool. So they're on 3 prizes, and I'm knocking them out. And I'm going to have 2 Kingambit. And everyone on their side of the field is in range of Kingambit. So it's a... Legacy Energy absolutely has to be in spread decks. That's not even a question. You have to play Legacy Energy. You need that 7th turn. If you don't get the 7th turn, you're not going to win. All right, I want to go and get... I mean, I guess... Do I need another Pawniard? Is that like my break in case of emergency? Is I go for another Pawniard? But we're out of Rare Candy. We have the Bisharp. I mean, we're not really close with anybody with Uxie. So yeah, I mean, I may as well just get the Pawniard. And then we go, yep, into you. Iris's Fighting Spirit. Okay, sure. We'll put you into play, buddy. And we go flip this. Oh, that was... BDCGL did not like that. And then we go... I think Does it really matter if I go Night Stretcher? Sure, let's go Night Stretcher for the snow. No. Yes? No. Yes. Yes? Sure. There's no way this backfires on me, is it? You know, we got a Vengeful Punch on the Kingambit. It'll be totally fine. You know, basic heavy decks are so easy for Kingambit, like Raging Bolt. Zacian is a little sketchy because of it also spreads cheeks. You know, when you see a fellow cheek spreader on the streets, you got to give each other that nod and be like, yeah, I see you. I see you just finished spreading cheeks. You're getting ready to go spread some more. But this is pretty easy. You know, the Kingambit one is, you know, very brain dead. It's just Uxie twice and then Kingambit 3 times and you win the game. Or, you know, just it's very simple. I'm thinking of the Alakazam where you just have to spread for 6 turns, use Vengeful Punch, use Froslass, and then at the very last second, you get Alakazam into play, and then you have to fight with PDCGL and click to place, and then try to click to place all of the damage counters properly. Yeah, give each other a pat on the cheeks. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's what you do. But the traditional greeting is just a nod, right? Because, and it's not a down nod, it's an up nod, because that's how we know. Well, wait, I'm actually winning this game. That's kind of crazy. But I do believe they made quite a big mistake when they did that retreat into Zacian. Where they retreated the Zacian into the Duraludon. I'm not quite sure what they were thinking. Yeah, like what was the point? And Prime Catcher is the A-Spec to not scoop up Cyclone. Maybe they were thinking of doing like a Turo play, or that they just wanted to get their hammer raging, but I haven't seen a Relicanth yet. I don't know. Yeah, and then they did the Legacy Energy. They knocked out the Uxie with the Legacy Energy. So hopefully we taught them a lesson today on how to deal with someone who's trying to spread their cheeks. If you're out in public and you come across somebody who's trying to spread your cheeks. Okay, are you going for the Snorunt? Are you going for the Kingambit? Ah, see, this is why I put Switch in the deck. You know, I'm here teaching people lessons. This is what I do. This is a little sketchy, though, because have they set themselves up for a 3-prize turn? No, they haven't. I was like, could they go like Fezandipiti, knockout? No, I'm too good. You know, it's my curse. I'm just too good at life and this game. So we go switch into the Uxie. We attach to this one. It could still get a little sketchy if they trap me again. Because I don't, you know, we don't play Monkey Dory for reasons that seem unnecessarily bad to me now. Okay, so let's go for the Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball away. The Uxie and the Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Go get Bisharp. Huh. So I think the good news is that I don't think they can trap anybody. Oh, wait, why'd I evolve into this guy? Oh, they both have no, that one. Yeah, that was bad. I should not have evolved. I just wanted to thin the deck. I should not have evolved. I didn't realize it had a 2 retreat cost. That is an oopsie. But I don't think they can trap anybody, right? Right, they can knock out Fezandipiti. They can knock out Kingambit. I think their win condition was bring up this Kingambit. Right, they bring up this Kingambit. And then I don't even know. But thank you, PDCGL. Thank you. Wait, did the Fezandipiti... How exactly did that work? I'm very confused right now. PDCGL just did something very strange, and I'm not quite sure what just happened. But I think it put the damage on it before it was time to put the damage on it. All right, worst case scenario, we're just attacking with this guy. We're going to be seeing 5 cards. We're going to be seeing more than half of the deck. But we don't have access to Counter Catcher. This is the problem, is that I started winning too quickly. This is my bad. I should not have started winning so quickly. Okay, there's an Energy Search. There's a Bisharp. There's a Calamitous Snowy Mountain. All right, we're going to go retreat into the Bisharp. This got way sketchier than it should have. Oh, wait, do I lose? Oh, I lose the game. Yeah, I just lost the game. That was my bad. Because it can't use Brave Slash, but it can use Insta Strike. So if they just get a Post Wick, they do win the game. Yeah, I should have Fezandipiti's nuts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Clamburglar. I'm off my game. That first game against Golden Go that we lost, it really threw me off. Because, you know, I promised the viewers a free win. And then we did not get a free win. Throwing for content, damn straight. But I didn't really have another play. Really, what was my other play? So it wasn't good. Meta Knight Man. My Bisharp. I forgot that text to speech is on, so you can hear that message. I don't have to read it out loud. You get to enjoy Meta Knight Man's 18-month sub message. Okay, so they're either not here or they just realize that I'm too attractive. Yeah, they realize that I'm too attractive, which is unfortunate for them. Please tell me there's an energy left. Please tell me there's an energy left. Oh, wait, can we go for a furry cutter? If all of them are heads, 170? I mean, you know I want to. But, I mean, I don't think they're here, so we'll just take the win. If they were here and it was a potential knockout and we could have gone 3 heads and taken the knockout, I would have done it. But I'm sorry, I had to take the win. We have to get the stream off to a good start. We have done that. I have made some misplays, but the deck is so powerful that it forces your opponent to just not be here anymore. That's how good this deck is, that your opponent's just like, I can't deal with this anymore. I didn't find a post wick, and I'm just too sad. There's literally no way I lose this matchup. We have an amazing starting hand. Uh-oh. No, there's no way we lose. We have everything we need. We don't have everything we need, but we have everything we need to win. We are totally fine. I'm already wearing a bra. We are great. We're just going to get all the Uxie. And then we're not going to get an unplayable hand off of this Iono. Okay? We have, oh, this is great. If I lose this game, I am going to delete PDCGL forever. So YouTube audience, this is how you know that I am good, is because I'm going to include this in the YouTube video no matter what. Because a lot of people say, oh, you only include your wins, trust your pilot. This is going in the YouTube video, win or lose. But I already know. I've already played this game out in my mind. I've already beaten them off in my mind. And I'm super excited to watch it happen in real life. Like, oh, wow. Okay. You don't normally see Gravity Mountain with Flareon. But I guess their thought process is with 2 Victini down, that's 3 hundo, and you can knock out, or I guess 290 knocks out a Dragapult with a Gravity Mountain. That's pretty good. Do you like how the damage counters are extending past the cards now? So sometimes they're like up a little bit, and they're in this weird spot like next to the 70. But here, they're a little to the right. Shiver Me Timbers, thank you. Slacking for the win. Yeah, slacking is fun. It's going to be better with Ignition Energy. There's the counter gain build that's been gaining some steam lately. But as soon as we get Team Rocket's Watchtower, it's more playable. So I'm excited for that. And you got the Boomer Energy. 100%. Oh, no. No. No, no, no. I just got a playable hand. Tyler Durbin, you can't take me out of it. See? Never worried. I was never worried. We're going to take 6 prizes. Well, actually, we're not going to be able to take 6 prizes in one turn. Isn't that sad? Is that I am too good that I can't even take 6 prizes in one turn because we're going to take prizes earlier than that. It's really disappointing how good I am at this game. All right, so let's go attach to you, Vengeful Punch, and then I think we just go... I mean, I can draw 3 or I can draw 4. Let's draw 4. I think that was the right call. All right, I mean, this is textbook. If you're facing a deck that doesn't play Monkey Dory or doesn't play Dragapult, spreading cheeks is so easy. You would not believe how easy it is to spread someone's cheeks when they're not paying attention. Like, look at this. They're going to knock out my Uxie. They're going to take a ton of damage in return. I have the Alakazam. One nice thing is that if you're in a desperation mode, you can use Strange Hacking to confuse them. So if you give yourself a Strange Whacking, your opponent gets confused, and then they might punch themselves in the face to forget what they just saw. And Psychic isn't, you know, it's an attack. It exists. You know, if you face somebody who has like 3 or 4 energy attached, it can take a knockout if you whittle them down. Okay, all of my supporters are on the bottom of my deck. Hopefully there's one in the middle there. There's an Arven, I'll take it. And I was just about to say, is if they don't put a Dunsparce down, then we can win the game very easily there. Okay, so we go Kadabura. I think I go Artisan for Hop's Cramorant, right? Because the Cramorant's just a really fun card to do, you know, 150 damage when they're least expecting it. So Uxie in the active, we evolve. I do have the Cleffa as a backup. And they are going to be able to use their Fezandipiti, which is fine. All right, let's just Arven to shuffle and thin. There's not really anyone to bring up though, right? Like I could counter catcher somebody, but that doesn't seem necessarily worth it. Do we have the Fezandipiti in the deck? We do. So I guess I just want the Nest Ball. Jose, you want me to de-evolution the Flareon right now? You clearly are not a seasoned veteran in spread and cheeks here, okay? I can spot an unseasoned veteran from a mile away. You gotta get some practice in. You know, go down to your watch, maybe I shouldn't say where you should go. maybe I shouldn't leak the secrets. You know, just post an ad on Facebook Marketplace. Just saying, I need somebody to practice spread and cheeks on. A streamer told me to do it. You do not de-evolution this early in the game. You're supposed to take 6 prizes at once, but my opponent is playing such a bad deck. You know, they're playing Flareon, the worst deck ever made. And Shivery Chills, unfortunately, even though you gave me money, I can't allow you to post links. And since I don't know how to delete messages, you get timed out, because that's the only way to get rid of messages. So YouTube audience, if you're wondering why I time people out on stream, 90% of the time, it's because I don't know how to delete messages, but timing somebody out deletes their message. So it's very simple. And, you know, also people who aren't subbed will sometimes say a bad word like poopy, and I have to time them out because we don't allow bad language here. As you all know from watching my... How many videos do I have on YouTube at this point? How many videos have I published? How crazy of a person am I? Let's find out. I have 650 videos on YouTube. That's a lot. But if you've watched all 650 of my videos, you know that I'm family friendly. And Shivery Chills, oh, the slacking list, yeah, it's just it was slacking from I think Japan. I think somebody in Japan played it, and then somebody played it in a Limitless tournament or in one of the regionals. And then, yeah, just it gained popularity. It's sort of like how I posted the Iron Thorns EX list with 4 Watchtower, and that's very not exciting. So it's like, hey, you like abilities? Yeah, when the Destined Rivals comes out, you're not gonna be able to do that. All of your colorless Pokemon, no abilities. All of your, you know, your Fezandipiti, no ability. Your Squawkabilly, no ability. Your Mew EX, nothing. Charizard, nothing. And yeah, it probably is going to be a situation where like a really annoying deck is going to win Worlds, and I'm here for it. I am so damn excited. And the other benefit of Hop's Cramorant is that it attacks for free. No more Terra Box? I wouldn't say no more Terra Box, but yeah, it's not in a great spot. Okay, so they're going to get more energy into play. There's nothing I'm worried about that they could have in their deck. Like, there isn't a single card that Flareon plays that would counter my strategy. I think here we just stick with it. There's a counter catcher that we can't play because we're too good. And then 100% we just go retreat into the Cramorant. Do I want to play with the Skin Flute this turn? I think I do. Let's just see if we get something other than Dunsparce. Oh, hello. You're beautiful. I want a life-size version of you. Okay, then we go Fickle Spitting. And this is exactly why I want the Cramorant in here. Because at a certain point, your opponent might be like, oh, I probably shouldn't put basics into play. And then you're like, okay, well, I've used Uxie twice. Hopefully, I've gotten 2 Vengeful Punches. So 2 of your Pokemon could have 60 or less hit points. And then we go Hops Cramorant for 2 turns for 150. And then I can potentially just win there by taking prizes. And then Froslass Pains. It's a very busy list. I will admit that. You know, it's like the actress from Cougar Town. It's busy. Girls 5 Eva. The 10 people who watch that show are laughing right now. Fickle Spitting, a Hawktua. The opposite of a Fickle Spitting is a Hawktua. 1 more Uxie and then Devo wins it. Well, don't forget about Froslass. Budew plus Watchtower. Yeah, Budew plus Watchtower or... well, like Arbok plus Watchtower. Well, actually, Arbok plus Watchtower is a very interesting combination. Because if you have Arbok in the active, I don't know what the exact wording of Arbok. We're going to have to wait for the English translation to see if they clarify something. But if Watchtower shuts off abilities in your hand, you will be able to evolve colorless Pokemon through Arbok lock. And it's just, it's a very interesting situation. If you haven't watched my preview videos, that's what I'm talking about, is crazy things are coming. Crazy things are coming soon. Do we have game? So that's 20. No, we have game. This is it. See, I told you. This is a free win. This wasn't even close. You're supposed to use the Alakazam on literally freaking turn, I don't even know. You're supposed to use it when they have 1 prize left, not when they have 3 left. But I just have game this quickly. Boom. Easy. There you go. You don't, who needs de-evolution when you have an Alakazam this early? You take 4 prizes. BDCGL tried everything to screw me over. Prize my legacy energy. But like I said, if they don't have Monkey Dory or Dragapult, this deck is just insane. Like, if they just play a deck that takes 1 prize at a time, there's nothing they can do to stop you from spreading their cheeks. As long as we didn't prize the Cleffa, this is instant win. Yeah, instant win here. It doesn't matter what I do. We've already won the game. Why is the Buddy-Buddy Poffin evolving now? Why is every card that I'm playing evolving? Okay, so we go... and we just go for Buddy-Buddy Poffin. And we save everything else. Let's go for the Choice Band? No, let's go for the Vengeful Punch. And then I think we go Poffin. Or, I mean, how many we got? We got, you know what? I'm going to try and be crazy here. I'm going to be super duper crazy, okay? We're going to do all the wrong things. Because this is such a free matchup, I'm going to do everything incorrectly. So I should have attached the Rescue Board to keep a Psychic Energy in play. I'm going to preemptively attach this to a Snorunt. See, I'm doing all the dumb things. And we're still going to win. This is how free the Mamoswine matchup is. I think the only way that we could lose is if they just limit themselves to like 1 Mamoswine and 1 Pidgeot. I mean, even if they limit themselves to 1 Mamoswine and 1 Pidgeot, I have de-evolution. Right? I just need to get, what, 80 damage onto a Pidgeotto and a Mamoswine? But what they would have to do essentially is just keep all of the basics in their hand so that I can't get them off of Accompanying Flute. But they probably have 10 to 12 basics. So the odds of them winning, very, very slim. You know, it's like my ex-wife when we first met, and like the opposite of my ex-wife when we divorced. Their odds of winning are slim. We have all of the Vengeful Punches. Okay, so we evolve into you. I will... Why do we have all of the Vengeful Punches? I don't understand. Sure. let's just put them all into play. And then let's get rid of the Cramorant. Cool. Let's evolve into you. This is insane. I mean, do I just Grasping Draw? Let's Accompanying Flute, see if we hit any... Uh-oh. Okay, I think we just go for the Uxie, because we can Cleffa at any point, right? It behooves me right now to just start attacking with Uxie to start spreading damage, because there's no advantage to using the Cleffa now as opposed to next turn, because I can use the Cleffa at any point, right? And they could use an Iono on me, and that would draw me cards, or I might top deck a supporter. So there's no reason to force the issue on Cleffa. So I probably should have held off on that accompanying flute, but they, I don't think they can read this card. They need to read this card. I got hooves. So they're going to go get a Pidgeot. They're going to go probably get a Neo Upper Energy. They're going to attack. I mean, I would assume Neo Upper Energy is their ace spec. The only way that it wouldn't be is if they have Precious Trolley, but that seems... I mean, I think you go for Neo Upper. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I played Mamoswine, so I don't quite remember if you play Neo Upper. Yeah, Mamoswine, it's better than anyone thought it would be. Oh, Grand Tree. Right. Thank you, Grand Tree. See, this is why you don't Cleffa. Cleffa just sits there looking pretty and has a free retreat. Uh-oh. This is fine. We have all of our energy and all of our Vengeful Punches. What could go wrong? They're not even taking a... Oh, no. So, yeah, maybe they don't play Neo Upper and they just rely on Blaziken, which is fine. But, yeah, Mamoswine's really just punch you in the butt and hope you're successful. And that doesn't always happen. Like, again, no one was talking about Mamoswine before it came out, but I saw the potential. Right, Mammoth Hauler, just go get any Pokemon every single turn. That's amazing. The attack, yes, you need quite a few stage 2s, but it can one-shot anything. The double fighting is probably the biggest thanks, PDCGL. The double fighting is the biggest concern. Yeah, okay. And let's just Energy Search, get more cards out of the deck. Budew doesn't necessarily hold it back because you, Hop's Choice Band, and do I want to play with my balls? I mean, I don't mind. You know, I mean, I could be persuaded. I could be persuaded to play with my balls if that's what people want. And Hot KFC, welcome in. I'm going to win this one for you. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you come over to the stream and I will win any game that you show up in. The first game that you show up in after following, I will win it just for you. And you can clip that and print it out and rub your feet on it and then mail it to me to my P.O. box. And I'll be like, what's this weird stain? You'll be like, you know what that stain is. And I'll be like, damn straight I do. And then we give each other a virtual high foot. And Erich, well, you just use a lot of TM evolutions. You have to make sure you have Pidgeotto and Combustion and Piloswine. Oh, man. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Yeah, you have to have your TM evolutions. You have to have your stage 1s. And then you got to Jacq off a little bit. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not saying it's easy. But if you can go second and play a couple Buddy-Buddy Poffin and do a TM evolution, then it's really easy to win. Thank you. This hand was terrible. But yeah, against the spread decks just love seeing Mamoswine. And I believe I have de-evolution in the deck, right? So that'll probably end up being our win condition because I did the wrong thing. I should have put 2 Abra down. You know, it's like protecting yourself twice when you're about to have a fun time with a woman. And it's like you're really worried, well, just double up. Because what could go wrong? Doubling up, right? Double the protection. So you want to wear a bra twice. You want to wear 2 of them. Is Mamoswine like N Zoroark better as a support Pokemon? No. Absolutely not. Mamoswine, you are never playing this unless you're playing a Mamoswine deck. It's because it's a stage 2. Okay, they haven't... Okay. I mean, we're going to be teaching them an important lesson. For the people watching this video, the important lesson I teach you is what not to do when playing Pokemon cards. You know, whenever I make a mistake, that's a teachable moment. I do that on purpose to show you, oh, in the future, don't do this. Right? So whenever I make an oopsie or seemingly screw up or mess up, that's just me teaching you something. Okay? And for this instance, I'm teaching Hunter. And again, I've talked about this before. Why aren't any kids called Gatherer? Why do you call your kid Hunter, but you don't call them Gatherer? That's weird. It's a weird thing that you're doing. All right, so let's just go into the Alakazam. Let's show them their doom. I will show you your doom. We could use Super Rod, but we're not going to. I'm not going to lose this deck and Mamoswine about it. Okay, so we play with our flute. Hey, we got a Pidgey. And then we retreat, go into the Uxie, and we win the game. Oh man, this brings back so many fond memories. I know I've talked about it before, but for the new people watching this, my favorite deck on PTCGO back when I first started, so this was like Crimson Invasion, this was like 6 years ago. So whenever the Flying Flip Tapu Koko came out, it was 120 hit point basic. It was a promo, so finding it wasn't the easiest thing. And Josh, but why would you call one of your kids Hunter, but no one calls them Gatherer? I've always found that to be weird. They're going to go for the Alakazam because I'm playing them like a fiddle here. See? They're taking their first prize on an Alakazam when I got double Froslass. Oh, crap. Uh-oh. I think the devil went down to Georgia. Wait, is that the song that has the fiddle? Or is there a song like the devil played the fiddle? Whatever. What was I talking about? Yeah. Why do you name your kid Gatherer? Isn't it better to be a Gatherer too? But yes, the Flying Flip Tapu Koko, that was my #1 deck. You played it with the Oranguru that drew you up to 3, and then the Rule of Evil Weavile that did, I believe, 60 damage to each Pokemon with an ability. And it was amazing. The only deck that I lost to was Zoroark GX because they drew so many cards. They were able to use Acerola multiple times in a game. That was the only deck that I lost to, though. Everything else I could beat. Buzzwole, Lycanroc back in the day. Luckily, Tapu Koko resisted fighting, so Buzzrock wasn't a big deal. There, you see, E-Rich? You got to put your foot down. And then let somebody lick it. Okay, so let's go. I mean, we've already won the game, right? We're just arguing over semantics here. They're just going to keep trying to target my Abra. And little do they know, that's not the main threat. The Froslass are the main threat. The Abra is a red herring. Ooh, we got a Fartazon here. We also don't have a playable hand. We're missing playable cards. I guess we do put the Artisan down just to have it. And yeah, we might have to use the Cleffa next turn, though I will get a... Actually, we don't necessarily want a prize on the Pidgey, but we are going to be able to fully wipe their butt here, which is going to be hilarious. And Jetty, I never lose a game. What are you talking about? And there's another jamming tower. All right, that's boring, but this is fine because they're gonna boss's orders the Abra. They are too concerned with the Abra when they should be concerned about literally everything else. And if they don't go for the Abra, I don't know. I guess we just Uxie because it's the same situation where it's like I can Cleffa whenever I need to. Juan, do not put that evil on me. Is the de-evolution prized? I haven't accidentally gotten rid of it. We can still win even if the de-evolution... Oh, they keep using Iono. You know, again, we're teaching them a very important lesson today, is that when someone's spreading your cheeks, make sure you let them. Okay. No, that makes it more fun. Who's out here checking their deck? Who's up here squawking their billy? Nobody checks their deck. It is so much more fun to not do that. Could you imagine checking your deck? You know, I could get rid of the de-evolution and still win this game. I'm that confident. Oh, I was about to go get the Froslass anyways. This is amazing. We also can't use the de-evolution. I just want to point that out. So for those of you keeping score at home, we actually can't use the de-evolution, which is really bad. But with double Froslass, I don't think it matters here. So this just got a lot sketchier than I think I anticipated, because the de-evolution does not work when Jamming Tower is in play. So maybe we just have to win. Maybe we just try to win here. So I think I need to counter catcher a Mamoswine. I hope I have a counter catcher in the deck, but they also have the freaking Blaziken. Oh, there's a bosses on the Abra. Oh, they're going, see? They're doing it too late, though. They need to pick a lane here. See, they're doing the math and you're realizing, oh, the Froslass are actually the real threat. But they needed to pick a lane, and I think it's a little bit too late. But how... I've used both of my flutes. There's the counter catcher. I mean, that's fine, because I'm going to Iono them, but they'll probably have a retreat card. So let's just go counter catcher, this guy. I don't believe there's another stadium. So I feel like I can get rid of the de-evolution and then just get rid of these two. So watch me have another stadium and then fully regret this. Okay, see? Very smart. Very intelligent person here. We're also very close to decking ourselves out. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? You didn't see me decking myself out with a spread deck, did ya? Okay, and then we just go Super Rod, the Abracadabra, Alakazam. Actually, do I want to do that? Because I haven't used a rare candy. Maybe I go Fezandipiti and Psychic Energy? I don't know. I don't know. But if we go another Abra down, we have another Nest Ball for later. We attach this Psychic Energy, because again, we just want to masterfully bait them here. The whole plan in life is to masterfully bait your opponent. So if they go back-to-back Abra KOs, I think mathematically we got it. Because this one has 210. Or are we literally just going to be like that short? This was supposed to be a free matchup, and they got the double jamming tower. Okay, well that's GG now. They've made the ultimate oopsie. They have put down a single prizer. You got it. Remember like 3 years ago when I started YouTube, and the thing I always said like way too often was you have to count your opponent's prizes for them. This is a classic situation of you have to count your opponent's prizes for them. I would have needed to take 3 knockouts to take 5 prizes if they didn't bench the Swinub. But now that they bench the Swinub, that makes my life a million times easier. Now, I think we just use one more Uxie, right? Because there's a decent chance that we just suck all of the butts. And we just go Uxie one more time. Or is this the Fezandipiti turn? I don't think it is. I don't think this is the Fezandipiti turn. I do, but there's a chance I don't get it. That's the thing. It's like, yes, I win. If I get an Alakazam, I win right now. But there's a surprisingly high chance that I don't get it. Right? This is why this is becoming so much sketchier. So if they are able to rare candy that Swinub, I still think we win. Because I can knock out 3. There's just so much damage on the field. Mammoth Hauler. So even if they get a Mamoswine, that's okay. But there was no reason to put that Swinub down. Right? There was literally 0 reason, 0 advantage. They didn't need to do more damage or anything. They were already doing like, what, 420 or something? 400? Who cares about math? They were already doing enough damage. That just gave me another easier win condition. Okay. I know it seems like I have the game in the bag, but PTCGL could very easily ruin this. Okay, please, please PTCGL, just be nice to me. I can just get a rare candy. Oh, the Pidgeot's knocked out. Okay, that's good. Okay, there's an Arven. I think that wins us the game because we can just go get the rare candy now. Oh, that was almost so bad. Okay, then we go for Fezandipiti. We have double rare candy. I just need 1 rare candy. We have it with the Arven, but I just want to prove to you that PTCGL does not hate me. PTCGL is my best friend. We had it. Do you want to see the worst thing you've ever seen in your life? Go look at I Am Legend's mom on Instagram. All right, so there we go. Strange hacking. And then, okay, so we go 1, 2. Oh, God, please, click to place. Please, you can't go too fast with click to place. Or else the game really hates you. And then, oh, what am I doing? I don't even know what's happening. Because you got to go to the left, and then it goes back to the right. Because PDCGL makes so much sense, doesn't it? Isn't it cool that when you use click to place, it automatically goes to the left, but if you want to switch it to the right, it only does it for the 1 damage counter. So you basically have to click to place. But if you click to place too quickly, we prize like 4 supporters that game. But if you click to place too quickly, the game thinks you're clicking on the card to look at it, so it'll abruptly halt the clicking to place, and then it'll just show you the card. And yeah, we just took a triple KO turn. It was insane. So yes, they added click to place, which is really helpful in a lot of situations, but they also screwed it up because if you click too quickly, the game hates you.